Do you know the difference between a home appraisal and a home inspection? And which one could potentially save you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars? Hey there, Jamie Bevelacqua with Coldwell Banker, the Youre Group. Today, I'm going to give you 5 reasons of why you should have a home inspection. But first, I want to get into the difference between a home inspection and a home appraisal. So a home appraisal is done by a bank, and that's the lender sends out an appraiser to determine the value of the home for collateral for the bank. Okay, so that's an appraisal is done by the bank. You pay for it as a buyer. But the bank wants to know the value because they want to know the collateral of the loan that they're giving you. The home inspection, as a buyer, you order the home inspector. The inspector will go out to inspect the home. Okay, there's many different systems within the home, and the inspector is going to do an overall, he's going to give you a report on the overall condition of the home. So one, appraisal is done for the value of the home, for collateral purposes of the bank. An inspection is done to see the overall condition of the home. So that's the difference between home appraisal and home inspection. So there's many reasons why to have a home inspection. And I like to pose the question of, would you spend $200,000 of your own money into a stock that you knew nothing about? Probably not. I'm going to answer that one for you. You would probably learn everything that you possibly could about a stock before you invested that amount of money. The same thing applies to a home. You want to know everything that you possibly can about that home before you make that purchase. $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, it's a lot of money. The best way to determine that, to know about the property, to learn about the property, is through a home inspection. So we're going to get into the 5 reasons of why you should have a home inspection. Number 1, you can't judge a book by its cover. Just what we see may not tell us the actual condition of the home. That's why a home inspector goes out. He tests all the systems of the home. He gets on the roof, he checks the plumbing, the air conditioning system, and then he'll write a detailed report on the actual condition of the home. Number 2, saves you money. How does it save you money? You spend a little money up front. Cost of a typical inspection is between $300 and $600, depending on square footage. But in that inspection report, what if they find that the wiring's bad? What if the roof is bad? That $300 or $600 now has saved you from having to rewire a house. That can get costly, or a new roof, which can be $10,000 depending on the size of the house, $20,000, $30,000. So again, number 2, saves you money. A little money up front can save you a lot of money of unnecessary repairs down the road. And number 3, it gives you the ability to negotiate. So in that report, there may be some deficiencies. And this, at this point, gives you 3 options. Number 1, you could do nothing and purchase the property as is, meaning maybe the deficiencies don't intimidate you. You're handy, you can fix them. Number 2, you can ask the sellers to make those repairs prior to closing. And number 3, you can ask the seller, in lieu of making the repairs, maybe you'd rather have them reduce the purchase price to take into consideration the repairs that are needed on the home. Number 4, seller repairs. So this kind of piggybacks with number 3, the ability to negotiate. And with seller repairs, I want to first talk about, here in Florida, we have 2 types of contracts. One is an as-is contract, self-explanatory, and number 2 is a standard contract. And in that standard contract, there's a clause that states that the seller is responsible, required to make a certain amount of repairs to the home if they're found. Well, one, if you didn't have an inspection report, how would you know if a new roof was needed? So in this contract, the seller's responsible for making repairs. If they're unwilling to, let's say they don't have the money. Sometimes sellers don't have the cash to pay for repairs. Then you can ask them to reduce the purchase price. So either they make the repairs or they reduce the price. And number 5, know what you're buying. At the end of the day, you want to know exactly the condition of the home that you're purchasing. And the best way to do that is with a licensed home inspector. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you have questions about the home buying process, selling process, or need a list of inspectors, I'm happy to help. Until then, I look forward to seeing you around the neighborhood.